Alright guys, so that was a quick little blast. I want to show you something. Alright, so I bought this four-wheeler about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago. Some of you guys that follow my channel would know that I bought it. I have like 230 miles on it. We're on a private road up here that goes back in the middle of the woods. There's a hunting club back here. I mean, everything around me is private land, but I'm allowed to ride on the road because it is a public, it's not a public road, but it is a private road, but it's what's called a fire road, so nobody says anything and they own the road. So I've talked to them about riding up here and they said as long as I don't go off and go down some of their trails and stuff. But here's the 2023 Honda Rancher. This is the one with the DCT transmission, independent suspension. We took it to a couple trail places and rode around. I added this little pack here, so I had some storage. Forgot a water bottle today, but I'm gonna go for a ride, guys. And I had my first service done on the machine, and it's been pretty good. It went through the mud a little bit when we were out, but this has to go up here so it doesn't scratch my light. But as you see, this one's the independent suspension. So we're gonna go for a ride, guys. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me if I'm talking while I'm driving. This will be the first time I'm gonna be using this setup. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoy. It's actually a good ride up here. All right, guys. Let's set off. It's pretty nice up here, guys. It's actually kind of noisy because I'm on the road. Once up here, it turns to a dirt road, so I might be able to talk better. Quieter, guys. But yeah, I like driving back here, guys. I hope you can hear me. But just cruising at like 20 miles an hour. Now this road goes back about 5 miles, and then it turns to another road that you can go down. But I usually don't go that far. I usually turn around at the end of this very road, only because of then that's not a township road, but a county road, and you're obviously not allowed to ride four-wheelers on it. But this road, you're allowed to. So, all right, guys. As you see, this machine's pretty good. I love this thing. Oh, look at all the deer. Good riding back here, guys. Nice Saturday morning, coming out for a ride, a little cold. I mean, this machine handles the potholes pretty good, too. I want to show you guys this. This is back in the middle of the woods here. Look at these caves. I saw a bunch of coyotes coming out the one day when we drove by. So you say it's all private property, so you can't drive on it, but pretty neat though. It rides really good, guys. Like, you can whip it out around on the trails. I mean, back there I hit 35 real quick. I have it in automatic mode, so it just automatically shifts. And as you see these potholes, yeah, it might look a little jittery on the camera because you're mounted to my handlebars, but it doesn't really bother the machine. You don't even feel it. Now, this machine doesn't have power steering. Is the only option, which I really didn't want because a lot of the ones that I drove were like Polarises and Can-Ams, and they seem very twitchy with the independent rear, or the power steering, the electric power steering, which I really wasn't a fan of. I'd rather not have it. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Yeah, maybe it's slower trails or in mud, it might be easier, but I'm still fairly strong, and I think those are for the weak people. Here's a little spot where the power lines come in. I'll show you this, guys. This is one set of power lines that come in back here. Now, obviously, you're not allowed to drive on the power lines, but a lot of people do. I've seen people up here. I don't know if they own the property or whatever. They usually just wave, but I stick to the road because I know I'm not on anybody's property, and I know it's I have permission. I mean, there's tons of land up here, and it's funny because a certain race car driver has a house up here. I won't mention any names, but anybody who knows somebody who drove IndyCar, NASCAR, and Formula One, you'd probably guess who it is. Old Italian guy, but it's actually his son has a house up here. Won't mention any names. But yeah, guys, it's nice up here, man. I could just sit up here forever, and you see, I'm not really dressed that warm. I just threw a windbreaker jacket on, and came up here, threw a wool hat on. But yeah, guys, it's so nice and peaceful up here. Might be some people hunting today, but I mean, that's why I didn't wait too early in the morning, because I don't want to bother any of the hunters. But we came up last night, me and my daughter, and as we drove up and down, what was happening is we were scaring all the deer into the woods. And one of the hunters said, "Man, we heard you go by, and all the deer were running right towards us." I said, "Well, as long as you don't shoot me." I mean, it is their property, so. But all right, guys, we're going to blast down this road and show you more. That's like the perfect view right there. Kind of like going on a ride along, you know, guys? I don't have anybody to ride with back here, so I kind of end up talking to myself. Which I usually end up talking to myself anyway. Kicking out around them curves. I always slow down up over here. I try not to hammer down because there's so many blind turns. And believe it or not, cars and a lot of the guys that maintenance these power lines come up here. Now right here, guys, this is where a pipeline goes through. turn this way so you can see. All through here, there's a natural gas pipeline, or not a natural gas pipeline, a fracking pipeline. And as you see, it goes this way. I mean, this thing comes very far away, you know, so the guys are always up here doing maintenance on it and stuff. And there'll be big trucks coming back here. I know they're logging up here too. The hunting cabin has some logging up here. But a lot of guys ride on these pipelines, and you're not supposed to do it. And believe it or not, you know, people are like, oh, you could ride there. Well, this is someone's property. Like, just because the pipeline or the power lines are on, you know, if it's not your property, the pipeline or is not on your property, or these power lines, you don't have the right to drive on them. Unless you get permission of the actual landowner. I mean, they're only access roads for maintenance for the guys who, you know, tend to the undergrowth and stuff like that. There's guys that come up here and cut all the trees and stuff. And now here you see where the power line comes through again. But now here's where the power line comes through. See, it's all gated. You know, now guys, they have to have access to these because they got to cut all the undergrowth and stuff underneath, like all this stuff. But that doesn't mean that you can just ride your four-wheelers on there. This is someone's property. If this was my property, you know, I'd be worried about people riding on it and getting hurt. You know what I mean? That's what I would worry about. But alright guys, I know I'm kind of bitching about it, but we're not even close to the end yet. Nice little turn to kick it out on. Woohoo! That's a 25-mile-an-hour power slide. I'm not wearing a helmet, so I can't get too crazy. Someone hunting. Such a good ride up here, guys. Alright guys, so I was watching the video back that I just filmed, and the first part was a little fuzzy. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that my phone was focusing in on this piece and not down the road. But I hope you guys are still watching to the end. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to continue our ride here back. And I wanted to see if you guys could hear me while I was riding, which you obviously you can. So that's pretty good. Alright guys, I'm not going to go as fast on the way back so I can talk to you guys, but want to talk to you guys. One of the main reasons why I bought a four-wheeler is because I always had four-wheelers. I used to race around with my friends all the time. We used to go out almost every night, guys, and you know, I have a lot of experience riding four-wheelers, but I haven't had one in about 8 years since I had one before my daughter Dream Smasher was born, and I've been wanting to get one. So now that I moved over to this piece of property, obviously you see I got places to ride now. I don't have any friends, which kind of sucks, but at least I have the opportunity to go riding. It's kind of like a mental release or a way of not going crazy from working all the time, because with doing scrap metal, guys, I'm always working. It's very stressful, and I work hard. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a four-wheeler as a means to you know, relax and take it easy, have something fun to do. And my daughter really likes going with me, so I might get her a little four-wheeler. I know my wife, you know, I don't know if she really likes four-wheelers. Maybe if she likes going four-wheeling, I'll give her this one and I'll buy a Rubicon or something. Which leads me to my next thing I'm talking about. Now, the reason why I bought Honda was, let's be honest, if I buy a machine, and I paid almost $9,000 for this, after tax and everything, it was like $8,900. And it's a very good, reliable machine, which you can't say about a lot of them anymore. Yeah, they ain't the fastest machine. The Can-Ams are probably the faster machines. Some of the Polaris's, 800s and stuff. But I don't need that. I just want to putz around, and, you know, this machine's plenty fast enough. It's got four-wheel drive. I can go wherever I want. You know, I'm going to do a wheel and tire upgrade so I can put some meatier tires on, because I don't like the stock tires. I really don't like them. But I've always been a Honda fan. Some of you guys that watch my channel know I have a brand new 23 Honda Accord Hybrid. I've always had Honda cars, four-wheelers. I had a 400EX. I had a 250EX. I also had Yamahas. I was a Yamaha fan for a long time also, guys. And I had a car with a Yamaha engine in it. There ain't too many of them. Well, it was made by the company, but Yamaha made a racing performance version of the engine. Put that in the comments, guys, if you know what I'm talking about. Which car had a Yamaha built engine? Let's see how many of you guys can guess that one. But that's the reason why I went with Honda, because the reliability and the reputation, you can't beat it. Yeah, I like Yamaha. Yamaha makes good stuff. Seems like their selection's a little lacking, but I'm not a fan of the CVT belt-driven transmissions. Yamaha's probably the best on the market, being they give you a 10-year warranty on the belt. But Polaris and Can-Am, come on, guys, let's be honest. If you guys own them, or you know friends that own them, their shit is like always broke. Yeah, they run like a raped egg, but they have a good way of just tearing themselves apart. You know what I mean, guys? So that's why I went with Honda. Just a legendary reliability. And let's face it, they're one of the companies that, you know, yeah, this machine has been the same for a bunch of years. And the engine in this is a little underpowered for a 400 class. But this machine will give you years and years of flawless running. The worst thing you can do is leave shitty gas in it, because the ethanol and the gas breaks down, guys. So if you leave gas in this machine and you're not taking care of it and you're not running it, you know, it's going to give you a pain. It's going to be a pain in the ass, which is any machine, any lawnmower, any snow blower, anything, any riding tractor. You leave gas in it, and ethanol breaks down, and it just causes them to really mess up. Now, I know this video is getting kind of long, guys, but come on. Who doesn't want to go for a nice ride with a guy like me? I ain't got no friends, you know, so I got to talk to somebody. Usually I put the boombox on the front rack, and I'm blasting 80s hair bands. Some of you guys know me, know I'm a little bit crazy with the 80s hair bands and shit, you know. And then I'll go to like gangster rap. You know, I got good taste in music. I don't have any friends, guys. I don't know what to tell you. You know, they say you can have money, but you can't have friends. But I guess you can't have both, huh, guys? But yeah, this is just a nice ride coming back here. Now, if I can find someone of these people with some property that will, you know, go riding with me and make a friend or two. I mean, every man needs another adult man as a friend. No homo, you know what I mean, guys? But yeah, that's why I went with Honda, because they're just so good at what they do. Like I said, it's not the fastest, but you want to know what? The reliability and the reputation goes a long way in my book. Then I am kind of a Honda fanboy. I've never been burned by any of their products. I'll be honest with you. I bought cheap, you know, $500 Honda three-wheelers that I ran into the ground. Never changed the oil on them. Crashed them into trees, flipped them, and they still start right up. And any of you guys know, any of them old Honda three-wheelers, man, you put gas in them and shit, and they start right up. This is like my favorite stretch through here. Like that was like 15 to 30 miles an hour, that fast, just blimping the throttle. You know, I can't see somebody wanting much more than this unless you really need a lot of power for, you know, mud bogging and stuff like that. Any of you guys watch them ones where the guys put big tires on and they go through the mud? Yeah, maybe then you need some power, but a 400 or 500 quad is more than most people need. I tell people all that does is make you lose control and hit a tree at a harder speed, you know what I mean? Or a faster speed nonetheless. But yeah, guys, this is kind of my therapy from life right here. I usually only talk about when I'm doing scrap and what I do in the day, but this is what I do on the nights and weekends. I come up here and take a little ride. Yeah, I know it's only one little road. Like I said, it's 5 miles long. There's another little section I can cut off onto where I turned around. But, you know, I'll be honest with you, there's a section of Township Road that you got to drive on to go past a couple houses and a golf course. If you drive along the road, I don't think nobody will say anything. And then there's another section of the road that goes back behind here. It loops around. But I just didn't want to go that way today. This is my favorite section, so I'd rather just make a loop through here. Bunch of potholes right here. Yeah, the independent suspension on this machine is very good. My brother had the same machine, a Rancher 420, but it was a solid axle with the electric shift, not with the DCT. And when I was looking to buy a four-wheeler, I kind of wanted the same thing, you know? But the thing I didn't like was that his machine was the solid axle, because it doesn't give you a lot of ground clearance, and when you sit on it, it would squat really good. And we had the spring turned all the way up on it, guys, and it was very, the suspension was very lackluster. Where this has got more travel and 2 shocks on the back because it's independent. You know, that one only had one mono shock on it, and if you were riding 2 up on it, man, it would squat so much that it would make the front end too light. Where this machine, me being 250 pounds, my daughter being 130 pounds, it handled us on well, and I haven't even adjusted it, and it's on the softest setting. I could go up 5 more clicks or something to the harder settings. I haven't adjusted it yet. Maybe I might have to as the years go on and the shocks get a little tired. But yeah, we're coming to the end here, guys. Should we go fast? Yeah, let's do it. Woo! 50 miles an hour. 50 miles an hour. I had to let off a couple bumpy spots there, but... Well, I want to say thanks for going for a ride with me, guys. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the comment section. And I think I'm going to go to a place up here. We have a place called Lost Trails. So I plan on going to Lost Trails. It's a four-wheeler place. You have to pay to it's a four-wheeler park you have to pay to go to. But yeah, guys, such a sweet, buttery sweet machine. It's so easy to drive, and you know, it's not overpowering and it's not killing you. Like, what more could someone ask for? Yeah, maybe the Foreman 500 or the Rubicon 500, which comes on the same chassis, I guess, from what I read. It's just a different motor and different plastics. I don't know. It wasn't much more money. Yeah, the little bit of power maybe would have been nice. But maybe, like I said, maybe my wife will take this one and I'll get a Rubicon 650 or whatever, 680, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll just get a 500 with a 2-up seat for my daughter. One with an actual 2-up seat instead of this little thing. So my daughter could ride with us. Alright, guys, thanks for going for a ride with me. I appreciate it. Like I said, I ain't got many friends, so you guys are my friends. So don't let me down. Alright, guys. I'll see you in the next video.